All right, today we're talking about In Praise of Shadows. Basically, this guy's a politically obsessed nutjob that recently called out a bunch of YouTubers. He called out Mutahar from Somewhere Near Gamers as transphobic. He said Brandon Buckingham was accused of SA. He spread a bunch of lies about Wendigoon and Oompaville, and he kind of just went after everybody he doesn't like in a 3-hour video, and he slandered all of them for absolutely no reason. Actually, there might be a reason. Throughout this video, he constantly says that Wendigoon is rich and he is poor, and he points out how he makes $500 a month on YouTube and he can't afford to make videos anymore. So I think he might be a little bit jealous here, but I mean, if you're that bad at YouTube and you can't make a living there, I think you just got to get a job, man, instead of having a unhinged meltdown here. But anyways, it all starts with this new video he posted, Bad Conservative Horror Movies, and the video used to be over 3 hours long. But then after all the backlash, he cut out the ending segment where he was bashing innocent, non-political YouTubers for 30 minutes straight, claiming that they're all fascists and right-wing and, you know, the usual dribble you'll hear from these commie lunatics. So let's start with Muda's tweet over here. Okay, so Muda links a portion of his video and says, "It's hilarious how bad faith commies are on the internet. Not ever looking into the content I've made, going over case documentation about Andrew Tate and shedding light on his bad behavior, or looking past a thumbnail for damning evidence I've presented in a video."
He is friends with Oompaville, a gun-obsessed content creator that has taken advantage of Nakado Avocado's mental decline for fame and for money. And on top of that, has made content with the human trafficker, Andrew Tate. He is friends with Mutahar, who argued against Andrew Tate being deplatformed from social media websites, and has recently showcased a great deal of transphobia in his most recent video.
Okay, wow, that is bad. Oompaville did not take advantage of a mentally ill person? What are you on about? Nick Ocado voluntarily signed up for those videos. Nick was even gonna start a podcast with Oompaville because he was, you know, friendly and treated him like a human being. But pretty much everybody knows that Nick Ocado plays a character. Multiple times throughout his career, he's shown that he's actually fully self-aware of how much he eats, the crazy character he portrays, and everything. He just kind of stays in character almost the entire time that he's on camera. So painting Oompaville to be a bad guy is absolutely insane here. From what I've seen, he's been nothing but kind and helpful to pretty much anybody he comes across. Then for that second part, you know, doing an interview with Andrew Tate where you challenge his beliefs is not really the same as just making content with Andrew Tate, because the way you said it, you imply that Oompaville, you know, fully supports Tate and everything he does, and he looks up to him and finds nothing wrong with him, when that's not the case at all. And pretty much he's allowed to interview anyone he wants, and that doesn't really make him a bad person. He's just trying to make entertaining content and make people laugh, and that's exactly what he did. I mean, pretty much I can say the same for you. You flashed Andrew Tate's face on the screen in your video. That's actually a microaggression against women of all kinds, so, you know, I can definitely say you're a misogynist who hates all women, so please check your privilege. And that other part with Muda, sorry I'm talking so much, but this guy had like 10 slanderous things in like the span of 12 seconds. So yeah, the reason Muda argued against the deplatforming is because he's trying to be impartial, okay? He's not trying to blindly go with what everybody thinks. It's always innocent until proven guilty, even if that person is someone you don't like, and until he's actually charged with a crime, it's not really proper justice, and that's pretty much what Muda was saying there. Also, in general, just deplatforming people from social media is pretty dumb, and it's a very slippery slope. You know, even if you don't like somebody, silencing them just shows that you're kind of afraid of them saying something that might be true, unless they're like, you know, actively forming threats and, you know, telling people to harass other people or something, then they shouldn't really be taken off social media. Now, is Tate a pretty shady person? Yeah, I'd say he's done a lot of scummy stuff, but I'm never confidently gonna say something that I don't know is true, right? And that's the difference between slanderous cucks such as yourself and, you know, people with actual integrity. And calling Muda a transphobe for using a thumbnail of Keffels is completely brain dead. That art is intentionally made ugly for any person. That was just like the artist's style or whatever. So it wasn't like directed at trans people or anything. And if you actually watch Muda's video, you know that he wasn't criticizing this person because they're trans. He was criticizing them because they were worthy of criticism and he was speaking out against them. But, you know, in this guy's world, it's always black and white. You know, my side correct, all LGBT equals gods, straight people should jump into volcanoes, commies are the best, right-wingers should die. You know, it's just crazy to me, you know, why people don't just look at what people are saying individually and rather than look at what side they're on, you know, because you can criticize both sides and not be a biased hack, okay? That is actually possible. Here's what the replies are saying. In the beginning of this guy's video, he complains about how he's been misrepresented and it's essentially ruined his life. Then he turns around and misrepresents a dozen people. Anyways, let's take a look at the Wendigoon situation. I hear this is where he cries about being a broke boy, so, you know, this will be fun.
If you're not aware, Wendigoon is a horror conspiracy theorist YouTuber with several million subscribers that, as you will hopefully come to see, should not be seen as the wholesome, southern-friendly dad persona that he has publicly constructed around himself in the past several years. To hear 5 hours of opinions on Blood Meridian from a 21-year-old millionaire who got famous around the age of 19. And in his case, he became exceptionally wealthy by the time that he was 19 or 20. And if that is the case, why would your perspective matter as a critic? Not to mention the fact that Wendigoon was raised in a very wealthy family, and with that comes from a wealthy perspective. He himself has inadvertently admitted that his family at one point had millions of dollars. There was a month last year where I only made $500 in ad revenue. I can't live off that. The amount of times that I've almost had to stop making videos since then has been almost monthly. I've barely been able to keep this afloat.
All right, so basically he says about 50 times there that, hey guys, Wendigoon is actually rich. Did I tell you that he was rich, guys? And that he actually got rich young? And basically that's why he thinks he should never be taken seriously. I don't really know what kind of a ridiculous argument that is. It's not really his fault he had wealth or that he became famous young. It seems like the entire tone here is just extremely jealous because shortly after he contrasts it with himself, right? Saying, I'm so broke, so listen to me about everything. I feel like he kind of knows who his audience is. It's just those people who automatically hate all rich people, all right-wingers, and all people that are just not far-left commies, right? I mean, basically, he's just admitting that I don't like rich people because I'm poor. And I swear to God, not even Batman could beat that information out of me. But whatever, we got a big case of malfunctioning brain here. Anyways, you can't really complain about being broke on YouTube considering you make dog shit content that slanders other people. So maybe just get an actual job. You know, you're clearly not cut out for this stuff. Anyways, after this, he makes some extremely loose connections to prove, quote unquote, prove that Wendigoon is a far right individual. Basically saying that he follows some people that he doesn't like and that he wears the same shirt as Nazis, which is like a Hawaiian t-shirt or something, but he's also wearing it himself. Yeah, this guy just has a tumor.
There are many things that are red flags that we could talk about, from the bizarre gun ownership, the flagrant use from my perspective of his religion as a shield from criticism, to the belief that he at one point followed many far-right accounts on Twitter from Kyle Rittenhouse to Parler. Also, it should be noted that the Boogaloo Boys are known for wearing Hawaiian shirts, and guess who else always has on a Hawaiian shirt, despite the fact that he publicly totally does not share in their beliefs, guys.
Now, I kind of see why you deleted this because that was the most brain-dead thing I've ever heard in my life. Wendigoon is apparently a far-right fascist because he wears a Hawaiian shirt. Commie logic back at it again. I think this guy genuinely took some, you know, deep 2-hour coaching lessons from Hassan and Noah Samson here because I didn't think I would ever find people more acoustically regarded than those two. But wow, you win, man. You win. You got first place here. Also, I don't know if he was aware of this, but he's wearing the exact same type of shirt, which is embarrassing as heck, okay? I guess he's a Nazi by his own logic over there. I mean, look at his stash, man. He fits the role perfectly. And does this actual regard not know that following people on Twitter doesn't mean you endorse them? That's so brain dead, man. You follow people to understand what's happening and what's going on. I follow plenty of people that I don't agree with. Going through somebody's following list is to paint them as evil is ridiculous. I mean, how many people follow Trump, right? That completely hate his guts, that don't really endorse him or whatever, you know? So it's just horrible logic. Honestly, I'm not surprised he's going broke. I mean, I can't believe anybody subscribed to you at all. You're just not cut out for commentary. You're not intelligent. You're not funny. And you slander people. And worst of all, you have a small brain. Small.
I'm just saying that if at the very least I, in any way whatsoever, somehow accidentally, inadvertently, started a hate group. I wouldn't continue to still dress like them if it were me. It would make me look like I still believed in their cause, and that I just couldn't talk about it because people would publicly get mad at me.
Brother, you are dressed like him too. You actual low IQ Soylent bottle. Look at the shirts, bruh. It's the same style. Guys, if you ever drink water, just know that Hitler also drank water. Therefore, you are a fascist. The logic is just impeccable. Guys, hear me out. Wendigoon is wearing a fascist shirt, guys. Believe me, I'm not crazy. I'm not a politically obsessed hack trying to slander another YouTuber because he's better than me and gets more views than me in my genre, and he's rich and famous while I'm broke and poor, and I pointed that out and basically admitted that I'm extremely jealous of him. But that's not what's going on, guys. I'm criticizing him because he's a bad person, not because I'm inferior and I feel inferior. Listen, Mr. Stash, it's okay to be jealous, okay? It's fine. That's normal. It's human. We've all been jealous before. What's not normal is trying to ruin someone's career because you don't like them.
Wendigoon is very publicly friends with Turkey Tom. They have been seen together on multiple occasions.
Oh no, not Turkey Tom. Guys, oh my god. You guys are totally gonna unsubscribe after this. Guys, I have a confession. I've actually talked to Turkey Tom before. I know. Guillotine me immediately. Send me back to the Middle Ages. Drop my head in sulfuric acid. Dip my toes in Legos. That didn't make sense. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I guess I'm a fascist right-wing scumbag because I talked to another commentary creator. Clearly grounds for public execution. Thank you, Shadow Man, for bringing this to light. I will be jumping off a cliff immediately. Also, can we get the terms right? Turkey Tom is not a fascist, okay? He's what I call a gooner. Poor guy is just edging all day, every day. Is that a crime, guys? Is it a crime to goon? Exactly. Leave him alone. Now in this next part, Mr. Stash, or Mr. Shadow here, does what commies do best, it seems, and he defends a pedo.
Wendigoon is publicly friends with Donut Operator, and even retweeted a photograph of the two of them hugging. Donut Operator is a gun-crazed, very far-right YouTuber with 4 million subscribers, whose career consists of him reviewing footage of police officers shooting and killing people. He was once a cop himself, before he made more money making YouTube videos and retired. His content is very pro-state, pro-cop, pro-gun, and pro-death to people who don't share his beliefs propaganda. For example, one of his videos is titled, "Predator Takes Shotgun to the Face," and features a picture of him smiling in the corner of the thumbnail next to an image of a terrified man about to be executed by cops, with the text that reads, "Head removal."
So, I'm supposed to be mad that a predator is getting his face blown off? Brother, I'm about to throw a party. I mean, if you're a disgusting human being that goes after innocent children, I think you deserve it, okay? But clearly Mr. Shadow here is very empathetic to this predator. I don't know what it is with these people. Even another person in their circle, Ethan is online, right? Another one of these left-wing nut jobs who are so politically obsessed, unable to scan reality. They made an entire video defending pedos. Like, I don't know why they do this. It's such a horrible stance to take, and I can't believe anybody supports it at all. You know, you do this one more time, buddy, and I'm gonna start assuming things, okay? No normal person actually cares what happens to a child toucher, all right? They can all get thrown in volcanoes for all I care. But anyways, you should now have a little bit of an idea of the extreme he goes to try and slander people, you know? Basically, these people just have blood in their eyes, right? They just can't see straight. They just hate this one person. They're like really jealous of Wendigoon clearly over here. So they're going like looking at all his friends, looking at all his follow lists, looking at anything they might have possibly done that's bad, and, you know, using the most bad faith interpretation of it. Like this one with Donut Operator. I mean, yeah, I'd smile too if a predator's taking a shotgun to the face, dude. Like, how would you defend that? It's crazy.
He's a man of no conviction, claiming to be very against the government and for the rights of the people, while at the same time giving a warm embrace to one of the biggest fascist bootlickers on the internet. And the only thing that one could reasonably gather from this picture of them hugging is that he too is a fascist bootlicker himself.
Fascist and bootlicker. These are like the favorite words of the dumbass squad here. Brother, look up a definition for once in your goddamn life. This is just embarrassing. Is this guy the reason that those like idiot American college kids are just going around campus, you know, calling everyone a fascist or something? This is who they watch. Like, imagine this guy being your idol. Imagine seeing this guy out in public and you go up to him asking for an autograph, bro. I'd commit on the spot, honestly. I really made the mistake here of thinking that this soy-filled video would have at least one good argument here, but everything is so bad. He's like, arguments is like, I talked to one guy who I don't like, and oh my god, he talked to Turkey Tom. Oh my god, he followed somebody. What are you doing, dude? Are you a Twitter stan girl? Like, get a grip. Evaluate your life. You're going broke. Get a job. Oh man. Anyways, I shit you not, in this next part, he has a meltdown over Wendigoon following him on Twitter. Dear God, I'm about to follow him just for the laughs, honestly.
And if they don't want to be seen as a big group of Nazis, then let's see how they react to this video's existence, because I am certain they will be very level-headed about all of this. Right in the midst of this going on, a very funny thing happened, and that Wendigoon followed me on Twitter. I was not following him at the time. He never publicly told people to stop calling me a faggot. He never once reached out to me privately, but he did follow me, which means in my eyes that he 100% knew what was happening because I did tweet about it several times, and then followed me to let me know that he knew, and that he was watching and that he intended to do nothing to stop it. Why else would he follow me in that exact moment? He has never interacted with a single one of my posts, not one like, not one comment. We are not friends. But he does follow me. He follows next to nobody on Twitter. What other motivation could he have had there to follow me in that specific moment, other than to be a method of quiet and deniable intimidation? What other way could that have been read from my perspective? That was the moment that pushed me over the edge to make this video.
So let me get this straight. The only conclusion you can get from Wendigoon following you is that it's quiet intimidation by good old fascist Wendigoon. Oh lord, brother, lay off the shrooms. Someone followed you on Twitter and you cooked up a whole fan fiction about it. Oh my god, bro, I'm about to follow this guy just to see if he gets a heart attack. This dude's live reaction. Oh my god, Pegasus just followed me. This has got to be him and his master plan to undermine me with this group of fascists. Listen up, buddy, and listen close. You are not that important, okay? You are not that important. Nobody cares about you. And imagine it was a misclick. Like Wendigoon just accidentally just clicked follow, and this dude made a 3-hour video on it. Anyways, after this whole situation, Wendigoon actually responded in a comment, and wow, this guy, bro, this guy is too nice, alright? Let's just say I would not be this nice. Wendigoon commented, please no one harass or comment rude things on my behalf. I do not agree with or condone meanness in any way. If you are here to leave a spiteful remark on my behalf, don't. Nothing good comes from anger. I want to apologize for people saying awful things to you on Twitter. I did not know this was happening and don't stand by that behavior. I followed you because I saw your Slenderman video and enjoy it, and then saw you in my recommended follows. It sounds like you strongly dislike me, and that's okay. So Wendigoon followed him because he liked his stuff, and this guy had a meltdown thinking he hates him. Oh my god. But if I had done anything to cause that, I apologize. If I ever spoke out against you without cause or made any joke at your expense, I'm sorry. I did not follow you to harass you if that contributed in any way. Wish I could take it back. You do not have to like me, but I hope you do not feel I have ill will against you. There's a lot you assumed incorrectly about me, but that's to be expected. I try to keep my life private in ways I can, and my friends mentioned in the video can take up for themselves. I'll only point out that your assertion about Brandon Buckingham is particularly egregious because the lie regarding a threat was made up by Sneeko when Brandon called him out on his behavior. So basically, this guy went with a narrative that Sneeko cooked up, and this guy's supposed to be like on the left-wing side, and you're taking a Sneeko narrative. Lovely, bro. You're horrible with your own side as well. I knew you wouldn't support an internet figure like Sneeko, but you inadvertently did by not checking the source. I've made similar mistakes. Most YouTubers have at one point on one another, but harmful allegations spread when people parrot rather than decipher data. I've said things in the past that I do not agree with now, and I'm learning to better myself daily, and each day find myself more in the wrong. I'm sorry for the things I've said to bring hurt or strife onto any person or people. May God forgive me. I hope you're successful. The Slenderman video is great, and I hope you don't find myself or my audience impeding your career. And again, if you're here to leave a mean comment for me, don't be. Wow. Imagine responding like this after somebody makes a 30-minute dunk on you. Like out of the 3-hour video, like 30 minutes were basically on this guy. Let's just say there's two kinds of people here, all right? Wendigoon, who offers the peace treaty, and then there's scorched earth people like me, okay? So, I mean, he's a better man than me, I'll say that. Anyways, after this, In Praise of Shadows made a Twitter thread responding to the situation. A thread about the last few days. Many people have said very fair criticism of me and my work, that I did not appropriately portray people, and I would like to address that. To Brandon, I do need to apologize to you for two things. The first, you were right. It was wrong for me to use that picture. I included it to show that you and Wendigoon had a closeness. There are other images that I could have used to demonstrate that. For that, for what it's worth, I genuinely am sorry. The second is, I did not do my diligence when looking into allegations against you. To be honest, I saw pictures of you with Turkey Tom and Donut Operator and Wendigoon with Brandon Herrera with often a gun in your hand. I wrote you off. As these people always do, they see like one person talking to someone they don't like and they're like, oh, this person is just evil. Let me just assume everything bad about them, you know? I did not feel you were worth my time. This is the guy who's going broke on YouTube because he can't make it. You're not worth your time, buddy. Who are you, the president? Calm down, bro. And that was the result of the company you keep. Ultimately, that was a failing on me, though, and how I presented that. I can't get over this. Did not feel you were worth my time. Wow. You using homophobic language to me and calling me a low testosterone freak does not change my opinions about you. I mean, low testosterone doesn't... Wait, bro, there's like plenty of like high testosterone gay dudes out there. You're being... Dude, he's being homophobic by implying that all gay people have low testosterone. Ain't no way this guy just... Bro, these guys are actual just closet homophobes every time, bro. Hassan does the same shit, bro. He's just closet racist. My base thoughts remain the same, even though I should have said them differently that did not cloud my writing. To Mudahar, your thumbnail art was transphobic. I have nothing else to say to that. You are just brain dead, okay? Basically, you're saying that you can draw straight people as ugly as you want, but the second you draw a trans person as ugly, that's transphobic. Actually, it would be transphobic to not draw them like that, because then you're not treating everyone equally. Again, outing yourself as a transphobe. Okay, dude, everything you're accusing other people of can be brought back to you. It is crazy. I always try to do my best. Guys, this was his best over here. You know, researching so much for a 3-hour video, and this is the best he came up with. I dropped the ball here in how I presented this. My heart was in the right place. Really? Really, buddy? I try to live my life with integrity. Nah, bro. Nah. If you've watched me for a long time, I hope you know this. If they've watched you for a long time, they have no remaining brain cells. Please. I'll always believe in trying to do the right thing and standing up to things that I do not believe in. I was overcome with anger because I think it's incredibly dangerous that there's a man in horror that you cannot criticize without being called an F-slur for days on end. I think that's a very serious issue. Well, no, you can criticize people. The reason people are being mean to you is your criticism wasn't that great, you know? But I did let my anger at this affect my overall quality in the presentation of these events. I still think that is dangerous. I still think it should be talked about, but I should have worked at this to make my thoughts more clear and professional. I also think it is telling the bulk of what I said was not been addressed actually at all, and many criticisms were instead about details I got wrong, such as the nature of Brandon's work. I feel like it's important to note that even if I was off in some details, mentally I've grown very tired of conservatives picking apart my work for 2 years. Wait, you're tired of people calling you out for being wrong. Here's a thought. Maybe try not being wrong. Maybe try not slandering people for absolutely no reason, and you won't get called out, you absolute dipshit. I am worn down. Yeah, you should be. I'll let my emotions get the best of me here, but the core idea in this needed to be addressed. But this was beneath me. This was a product that began with The Hills Have Eyes, ultimately. I made this video to say that even if Wendigoon did not harbor hate, that his base was made of it, and he was comfortable making money from that. And I think that point stands true and has been proven, and it is now time to end this. What? What, bro? People are just defending Wendigoon because you're being a horrible person and slandering his name. Today, I will be taking that section down from my video. I'll be gone for a month while I recharge and work on projects at a slower pace. Here's a thought. If you're going broke, probably go use that month to go get a job. And if you're taking a complete break over here, then don't complain about being broke, okay? Nobody can just take a fucking month off. Second off, why are you taking that section down from the video if you think everything is correct about it? You clearly took it down because, you know, you think there was something wrong with it, you know? I thought this was important to talk about. I still do, but the way I went about it was beneath the normal standard that I hold to myself. That standard is not very high. As to my audience, I apologize for that. If you felt you've been mischaracterized, that was not my intention. I genuinely am sorry. There are many ways to talk about this that could have been more professional. And as with anything in life, I'll use this to learn and always do better. Here's a thought. I don't think he actually would ever respond like this, because the way these people usually respond is doubling down and calling you a fascist, right? But Wendigoon's response was so kind and so loving and so nice that this guy actually had a somewhat change of heart here. And, you know, he's talking similarly to Wendigoon here. It was like, you know, I genuinely am sorry and stuff like that, because this guy would never in a million years talk like this. But this is why, you know, killing him with kindness is always the best thing to do. Okay, you got to pull a Wendigoon. You know, one of my favorite animes. I'm sorry I always bring up animes in every video, but one of my favorite animes, Vinland Saga. Whole thing's about war and shit. And then there's a very lovely part where this guy says he has no enemies, and, you know, you didn't really need to hate anybody or whatever. You know, there's no real need to actually have any enemies, and you can live a peaceful life, you know. Forgive and, you know, don't forget, but, you know, forgive. I care so much about horror. It is my life, and I grew tired and scared of seeing hate growing on the fringe of something I care about so deeply about. Horror is about kindness. Horror is about love. Until next time. It's a genre, man. Come on, calm down. Lovely fan base here. You don't owe any of these slime bags an apology, and the hate you're getting over this only proves you're correct in the first place. Wow. After seeing all the drama and responding with this, that is absolutely crazy. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys thought about this situation. Sorry for the little break, but we back. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you later. Bye.